Am I the a-hole for telling my parents that I'm not helping out with mom's pregnancy of their first child? I'm 16 and will be 17 soon. My parents recently learned they are expecting another kid. I say another kid, that this will be their first in every way except biologically. They have never been good parents. They do the barest of the bare minimum and have never considered me their actual kid. I was the burden. They had me when they were 25 and they basically dragged me up. Originally I was going to be raised by my paternal grandmom mostly, but then she had a massive stroke which left her in a care facility, so they were forced to figure out a babysitter for me for most of the time, and when I was younger it was a revolving door of babysitters, so I never had someone I could get close to. I was never someone they considered their responsibility. They never attended a school conference. They have never signed off on stuff for school. They never signed me up for the free school lunches. And I mostly had to rely on teachers giving me something. And then I learned how to make my own, without anyone showing me first. They never saved for me. I have struggled a lot with school, and my grades aren't that good. My teachers over the years have wanted to speak to my parents about getting me help and checking it out, but they never showed. I have basically been alone my whole life, even though we live in the same house, and I have always been able to have some kind of food or something at home. Does it hurt? Yeah, but I'm mostly used to it. And yes, I have tried talking to them about it over the years. I wrote them letters, and they didn't even read them. They tossed them in the trash and told me to stop bugging them. Mom was so excited when she learned she was pregnant. They were celebrating and telling their friends about the baby, and they talked about how great it would be to have their first baby. They have openly talked about all the stuff they will do for her. They did the early testing to find out the baby's a girl. My parents already started buying stuff for her, and they started a college fund for her already, something I do not have. They never set up a savings account for me anywhere. My mom started having some complications, and she needs to take it easy. They started telling me that I needed to do more, and I would need to be on hand even when the baby comes. I told them they can forget about me helping out with her pregnancy or their first child. I told them that I was their first child, or I was supposed to be anyway. My mom told me I was a mistake and came at the wrong time, but now they're actually having a child they want, and I should help them. They told me not to be selfish, and I owe them, because they made sure I wasn't homeless or in foster care after grandma got sick. Am I the a-hole for coming up this conclusion?
Here are the top comments, plus Opie's reply.
That's so messed up. They are your parents. Taking care of you is the bare minimum they are required to do by law. You don't owe them anything for doing the bare minimum they are required by law. Not the a-hole. Do your normal, basic chores and do not lift a single finger for this baby. It's not your responsibility one bit.
OP reply, that was kinda my plan. I keep taking care of myself and not doing anything else.
Not the a-hole. If you have any relatives, contact them or talk to your school counselor. What they said, absolute horrendous. Being told you're a mistake is horrible and sticks with you. Also, you owe them for not making you homeless or putting you in foster care. No, you are their responsibility. You don't owe them for keeping you off the streets, cause if they did that, they would have been arrested for parental abandonment. I'm so sorry. You have trash parents and you didn't deserve that BS.
OP reply, I have no relatives. The only one I did have was my grandma. I can't talk to my school counselor either. He's one of the worst and would make me feel worse.
Not the a-hole. Your parents are toxic. I hope you can get yourself emancipated and find some sort of job or income to get out of that place. I am so sorry for your childhood.
OP reply, that's not an option for me. My grades aren't good enough and that's part of emancipation where I live.
Follow-up reply, I am sorry. You need to work on it. You need to study and you need to try and find a part-time job when you have the legal opportunity. Your parents are not looking out for you, so you have to do it for yourself. See if you can have some support at school. Maybe a school counselor that could provide some advice or help you build a plan.
OP reply, I do my best with school, but I struggle too much to get grades much better. I am trying and I'm doing all I can, but I know I don't have a crap ton of options.